Good day, this is Dimitri Lascaris coming to you from Tehran, Iran on March 21st, 2026 for Reason to Resist. I've been here now for approximately 2 days, having crossed the border from Turkey in the early morning of the 20th. And as I recounted in my first report from Tabriz, which lies on the road from the border with Turkey to Tehran, we traveled all night on the 20th and arrived at Tabriz at about 4:30 a.m. We spent the entire day in Tabriz and the surrounding area inspecting bomb sites and speaking to victims of those bombings by the U.S. and Israel. And that's what this report is going to be about. It's going to be about the atrocities that we were able to investigate when we were in Tabriz for a day. And then late at night on the 20th, we left for Tehran. We arrived here this morning at 4:30 a.m. And then at 6 a.m. we left for the Mosalla Mosque for a massive service involving well in excess of 100,000 people. That and all I've seen and done today in Tehran will be the subject of a separate report, which I'm going to publish tomorrow. Today I'm going to focus on Tabriz. Now, I just want to remind people to like and share this video if they find it to be informative. And also, if you're not already a subscriber to Reason to Resist, please become one and help us to expand the reach of our unapologetic resistance journalism. Now, I just want to summarize what I said in my first report about Tabriz. It's one of the largest cities in Iran, and it is the capital of the province of East Azerbaijan in the north of the country. An interesting fact that we learned while we were there is that in the recent protests and riots that occurred in January of this year in Iran, Tabriz, we are told by local residents, remained quiet. And the explanation given to us for that, which sounded rather interesting and persuasive, is that during the era of the Shah, who was a Persian nationalist, was not well disposed towards the large Azeri population in that part of Iran, and particularly in Tabriz. And so there's a lingering dislike of the Shah, which even surpasses what you find in other parts of the country. And there's no sympathy at all, or almost none, for the Pahlavists in the Iranian diaspora, and some in Iran itself who are calling for the return of the Shah. And so that explains why Tabriz did not see any of the kind of protests and riots, at least not on the same scale, as was seen in some other Iranian cities in January. And the people you're going to hear from in this report, I think it's fair to say, are no fans of the monarchists and remain very committed to the preservation of the Islamic Republic. Now, our first stop in Tabriz was a residential building destroyed by a U.S. Israeli airstrike a few days ago. The airstrike killed a father and his two sons, aged 3 and 13. The mother was present when the strike occurred, but was lightly injured and survived the attack. At the site of this atrocity, when we visited it, we spoke to the mother and to the emergency workers who came to her family's aid. And as you'll see, both were highly distraught when we spoke with them. Here's what we found when we arrived at the site, and the gentleman speaking in the first part of this report is a professor at an Iranian university in the area of Tabriz, and his name is Mohammed.
It's just washing machine, refrigerator, gas, completely a simple house.
اول درسی معرفه له آدین زادین
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. Welcome to our city, Tabriz. We are here in one of the most important cities in Iran. Here is Tabriz. Tabriz is one of the mega cities in Iran. It's the third city of Iran after Tehran and Mashhad, and it's completely an economically city. The heart of this city is its bazaar, and here we are in a residential area, and this neighborhood is completely a residential area. And you see here on this billboard, it's just written that it's a document of American crime. It's one of our famous slogans during our Islamic revolution. During 50 years ago, till now, we have this. This sentence that it's the document of American crime. Here is a residential area, and it's a residential apartment. In this apartment, we have 3 martyrs. The father, he was just a barber man, a hair cutter, and 2 of his sons. Just last week, they were targeted directly by Israeli Air Force, and you can see how it's happened here. One important point that I want to tell you is that in Iran, we haven't any separated neighborhood or area for, I don't know, military forces, families, or government supporters. All the neighborhoods in Iran, it's mixed. The residents, the normal people, military families, they are all living together. And so you can't just say that we targeted, I don't know, a special military neighborhood or something like that, because completely it's mixed. And you can see what's happened to the normal people of this city.
Okay, so you said that there were a few families living here, other people were injured.
Yes.
Does the government have any idea why this building was struck? Do they think that it was an accident, or that the Israelis did it intentionally? What is their view about why this building was struck?
Some place for targeted assassination or just a residential building?
It was. I said that here is completely a residential area, and a residential area for middle class people, and we think that was completely a blind strike. It's all the things that we know.
And these things happen in different cities. There are just some residential area without any excuse even any law excuse, and they bomb them.
Are there any military facilities nearby, or is this
No.
all just all residential?
There isn't anything. The man that martyred here, he was a barber man. He was the famous barber man of this neighborhood.
Right.
In Iran, and especially in cities like Tabriz, we don't have any special neighborhood for military force families or, I don't know, government supporters. In each neighborhood, you can find an opposition, I don't know, woman without will, woman with hijab, and military force family, government supporter. We haven't that kind of social classification in neighborhoods in Iran. So you can't say that we just targeted the military force neighborhood. It's completely incorrect. Especially in this neighborhood, you can see that here the neighbors, some of the neighbors were, culturally they were opposed to the government, but they are neighbors of this apartment. And also this apartment is completely a residential apartment. You can see that it's somehow an old apartment, and it belongs to middle class people. And you can see that it's written there. It's the document of American crime.
Mohammed then introduced us to the mother of the victims of the airstrike. And again, please bear in mind, as you listen to her, that her family was murdered only a few days ago.
And also one important thing about the city of Tabriz, I have to tell you. In that street riot, and that we call it coup, in January, 7 and 8 of January, we didn't have anything in Tabriz. On the streets of Tabriz, we didn't see any movement, because Tabriz, historically opposed Pahlavi. Because of that, it's a cultural history of Pahlavi's crimes. And she's the mother of this family. We can...
May I film her?
Yes, I think the mother of this family. Allah rahmet eylesin. Hasiyet. And she's also injured in this attack.
من سلما
Her name is Solma Zimani. If you have any question or if I can ask her to tell the story what happened to her.
Please.
gece Afganistan'dan geldiği içiydi. As a Kali, yemisi ahlakıydı.
She says that this attack happened at night.
Oğlumdan da bize şüphelenmiş.
My son was coming back from the demonstrate and he took a pill.
Saat 5'ydi. 4 saat konuştu.
And it was 5 a.m.
Ben de çektim derslerden ama dedim ceza namazı.
And I was washing my hands to prepare for the prayer.
İlkten bir tane bir şey baktı.
Then I heard a sudden explosion.
O bizi tarafta fırlanan aldı.
Then I was thrown on the other side of the apartment on the steps. And then I shouted, Habib.
Ağamdı.
Then she says, I called Habib, come and help us. Then I heard nothing. He's saying nothing.
Birden bir de gap geranlık
Then it turned black everywhere.
Gözlerimi görmezsem kardeşim öyle yerinde kalmış.
Then I saw that I cannot move my body. And I was shouting, please help me.
O başlangıçta bırak olan budur. Yok idi mencale.
And there was no way that I can come out of this building.
O başlangıç dedim deyim sen bile olur. Can bize çöməkli.
Then I shouted, please, for God's sake, please help us. No one believed.
Heç kəs inanmırdı. Bura bombardıman eləyərlər. Dedilər qaz partlayır.
No one believed that it was an explosion, it was bomb. They believed that it might be an
Dedim
incident.
qaz deyildi. Bomboş idi. Qaz deyildi. Sonra
But it was not an incident, it was bomb.
ben o baştan Rus hərimizan hiç dadım yok idi. Biri Rus hər cəhdi verdi. Biri kapşin, biri başmaq. Bəli.
Then she says that I came out, and our neighbors, they gave me a kind of veil and a kind of clothes.
O başdan qaçdım gəldim bura.
Then I ran here.
Bura koyulan hər yer həman o vəsaitlər çöpürdəydi.
And she says the rubble that you can see on the back, they were all here. They were piled up here.
Bu da düşmüşdü uşaqlarımın üstünə, təbəqələrdən düşmüşdü uşaqların
And
üstünə.
this was on my...
İçidən maha.
Then she says that this was fallen on my children, Mahan and Mahu.
Burada insan bile Allah benim uşaqlarım Allah'ın altında ya. Kafamda değil Allah çıkartmışım.
Then I said, please don't move the rubble. My children are inside. But they told me, no, we have taken them out.
And you can see them.
And the rubble was on my children.
Sadece ben ambulansa gittim ya uşaqlarımı çıkartmayacağım ben getməyəcəm.
Then I told the aid worker, the ambulance, that until they take my sons out, I cannot leave this place.
Ondan sonra dediler biz çıkartarıq salim verdik ama ölmüşdülər.
Then they told me that we can keep them safe, but they were dead.
Bir ay sonra içimden soruşdum balalarım nerede, ağam nerede, ama dedi salimdi. Ben de belirttim.
Then I asked everyone in the hospital, how is my family, my children, my father? They said they are safe, but no. My father was a barber, a normal person.
Ondan sonra gördük cütüdeyle fort edildiler.
Then 3 of them were killed.
And you can see the photo of Habib Agha. He's the famous hair cutter and barberman of this neighborhood.
The one that she
and,
was talking about.
And 2 of his sons.
How old were they?
Neçə yaşlar var?
Ağamın o təvəllüdü 64
Uşaqlara.
Birinin 3 yaşı vardı,
One
birinin
of them
13
3,
yaşı
the other
vardı.
one 13.
Does she have any?
Mahur, he is just 3 years old. Mahur is 3 years old and
Mahan da 13 yaşı var.
and Mahan just 12 years old.
13.
13
13.
yaşı var.
13 years old.
Does she have any children who survived?
Elə vurmuşlar oğlumu.
Bir şey ayrı
Uşaqlarının qalan vardı ayrı.
Heç kəsi yox.
Just
heç
2
kəs.
sons. Just 2 sons and Habib Agha. Allah rəhmət eylesin.
Elə vurmuşlar tıkılı oğlumun topu düz buran vəsətindeydi. Mən sonra təsvirlərdən gördüm ki, bir daha tıkılı top orada.
She says that it was hit him very hard. That all the belongings of my the younger son, the ball, it was thrown here. Then from the videos, she says, I later noticed.
We then heard from the emergency worker who arrived at the scene of the airstrike and who tried in vain to save the father and the two sons. And as he was speaking, both he and the mother who survived the airstrikes broke down in tears.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ben de Muhammed Ahmedi, reis idare ameliyat Hilal Ahmer Ustam merkezliği.
I'm Mohammed Ahmadi, the head of Red Crescent of this province.
O gün ki bu hadisə ruh verdi, səriyən bəd az itila az təriqi irtibat BC-22 itila tapdıq mərkəz müdiriyyət Bohrana.
The day that this incident took place and we were announced from the system after that,
Bir dənə hadisi isabət bir bab mənzil məskuni məntəqi Zəfəraniyədə səriyən ekip bəli.
then we were announced that there was a target and there was a hit to the Zafaraniya neighborhood, this neighborhood.
Səriyən ekiphay imdadı ezam olduq məhəllə hadisiyə.
Then very fast, our aid workers and our group members, they were sent to this location.
Yetişdik məhəllə hadisiyə, gördük ki, bir tedadı mərdum burada təcəmmü olublar. Hayküydü ki, afəqə səriyən gəlin ki, bu nəfərlər ziri avar çıxardasın.
By the time that we arrived here, we saw that everyone in the street, they are trying and they're shouting that please help people and please rescue them.
Mən yetişdim məhəllə hadisiyə, gördüm ki, mərdum hay salır. Bir nəfər çox bitap halətdə deyir, ağa tez olun, bunu tez çıxardın. Biz ehsas edirik bu əfrad ziri avar diridirlər.
Then I found one person among many people, they were shouting that
Ağ idi.
there was a man that he was saying that please hurry up. I feel that the people who were on the rubble, they are alive.
Biz həmişə hadisə gedəndə biz Niruhay imdadi tövsiyəmiz budur və özümüzün də hissimiz budur. Keşvər Cumhur İslami İranda əfradi ki hadisə görüblər, ehsas edirik ki öz xanavadələrimizdir.
We in our country, in the Islamic Republic of Iran, we aid workers, we always feel that when we go to the incident location, we feel that the people there, they are like our own family.
Ona görə bizə həmişə çox mühümdür
So
əfrad
we
ki
do
ziri avar
our
qalıblar.
best to rescue them.
Mən o mərhələ girdim içəri, işimi başlayam, ərziyabı eləyəm.
Then I came inside to carry out assessment.
Bir nəfər mənə ki, hey deyirdi, ağa tez ol, ağa biz zəh vurmuşuq, quşiləri zəh yiyir. O ağa bu ağa idi ki, xanımın qardaşı idi ki, çox bitaplıq
Then he
edirdi.
was calling him, and he was the person in the scene trying to push the group to carry out, please hurry up.
Mənə deyirdi, sən Allah biraz tez olun və biz də
For God's sake, please hurry up.
təlaşımız buydu ki, səriyən məsumları tapaq. Bax təvəccüh verin ki, avar əvvəl ləhsə çox idi, həcmi avar çox idi. Biz dəstəsi tapanmırdıq o
In the first
nəfərlərə.
moment, we didn't have access because the amount of and the volume of this rubble, it was a massive, and we couldn't have access in the beginning.
Tamamı nicatçıran Hilal Əhmər və dərkinarı Hilal Əhmər Niruhay şəhərdarı təlaşımız buydu. Həm əlinlə götürürdük avarı, həm bili mekaniki götürürdük ta teztər dəstəsi tapaq nəfərat ki
All the
ziri avar
aid
qalıblar.
workers and the workers of the municipality here, we were doing our best with our hands, with machines. We were trying to move the rubble.
Mən əvvəlin nəfərli ki dəstəsi tapa bildik, kənarı divar, həmin
The
bu
first
moblun
person
altında.
that we found, it was next to the wall.
Moblun altındaydı. Gördük
Below
bir
the
dənə
sofa.
ayaq çıxdı eşiyə.
Then we found that there was a foot.
Əvvəl ləhsə ayağı çıxdı eşiyə, aram təmizlədik əlimizdən,
We
gördük
cleaned
insandır.
it and we found that it's a human.
Maşallah başıma ne dileyim Allah'ım ben tam olup da bir Bizim
She
günahımız
says,
nerede?
what's the problem? What's the sin of my children?
Ammamız da ölsek ne Amerika ne İsrail'e bir tane bir bile toprak da vermeyeceğiz.
If they kill us, all of us, we will not
Uşaqlar
give them
tamamı
any
şəhidlərin
jobs.
ahları
Jews
olar
and
tutacaq.
Israel.
Pislərdə düşəcəklər,
They will have
dərmanları
a great
olmuyor.
problem because of the dead people, the innocent people who were
uşağında
killed.
nəzər əli var idi. Onlar 13
They
yaşında
killed
uşağın
a
olan nəzər əli
3-year-old
var
and
idi.
13-year-old children.
Əgər vaqən gəlmişdi millətə kömək eləyə, və biz də millət idik. Bizim uşaqlar niyə vurdu?
If they really came to help us, so we are the nation of Iran. Why did they hate
Allah
us?
pəhləvi idi. Onlar da pislərdə salacaq. Mənim yanı ahım onlara qoymayacaq
She
üçüncü.
says that the Pahlavi and his supporters, they will have a great problem because we have lost dear ones and they will pay the price.
Emergency workers then described to us the extent of the death and destruction in Tabriz and the surrounding area during the 3 weeks of war that the United States and Israel have waged on the people of Iran. How many buildings have been struck in Tabriz since the war?
3,500 buildings in Tabriz. 3,500 files have been documented for these buildings.
Fires.
Files.
Files,
Yeah,
I
they
see.
have reported that it is a hit.
And of those 3,500, how many are completely destroyed? They're not recoverable.
Over, he says that some thousands of them, you cannot, they are out of service. You cannot use them.
They cannot be repaired.
30% of them, yes.
Right. And how many people killed, how many injured?
Ne tarafa Təbrizdə fut olub ya zəxmi olub burada? 89 people killed and martyred in Tabriz.
Bizim 119 nəfər kolladı.
Kol,
Bunlar
119
96 dünən nəzərə 119 nəfər şəhiddir. Bizim bir tədadımız
119 people killed in this province.
In the East Azerbaijan.
Yes.
96 nəfər xorlu ustam.
96 people in the city of Tabriz.
23 nəfəri eşikdən şəhid olublar. Buralı
23 of people
Nəmənə idilər. Məsələn,
Təbrizdə şəhid olub, amma ayrı şəhid.
Tehranda şəhid olub, gətiriblər burada hədfinə.
And 23 people, they were buried here, but they were killed outside the Tabriz city. For example, they were living in Tehran. He was killed, but he was carried out here and buried here.
39 nəfəri ardılar.
And 39 people were the normal citizens, the normal people.
49 nəfəri fəqət uşaq.
And 9 of them were children under 12 years old.
Fəqət 2 dənə bazı bir qardaş, Bostanovada doğulu bazı bir qardaş.
And he says 2 brothers and 1 sister in Bostanabad, in another city in the East Azerbaijan.
Bostanova Kabaqdadır.
The 3 children that I told you right now, the 2 brothers and 1 sister, they were killed in the, the photo of them. In the 3rd or 4th day of war, they were killed in Bostanabad.
Finally, I asked Mohammed about the images of the slain Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, which we could see on the walls of the destroyed building, and here's the explanation he gave. So could you please tell us what this means and who put this there?
Tabriz students, the Iranian students, just write it down here. It's written that the red death is better than living under American rules.
Red meaning bloody.
Yes, the bloody death. It's the world that we learn it from Imam Hussein. It's from the culture of Ashura and the culture of Imam Hussein that we learn from that we fight till death, but we never accept the rule of America and Israel.
Can I ask you your name?
I'm Mohammed Astari. I'm a professor at university, and I'm a researcher, a cultural researcher. I studied culture and communication. I have PhD in culture and communication.
And which
I'm son of
university?
Tabriz.
You're son of Tabriz. Which
Yes.
university?
At Imam Sadiq University in Tehran.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Our next stop was a garbage collection facility that was destroyed by a U.S. Israeli war strike for incomprehensible reasons at the garbage collection facility, or what remains of it, we spoke to a municipal worker who came to the scene of the crime shortly after the deadly attack.
In the name of God, my name is Hossein Bastani. It was a Boats Day rally that we were on the way back here. We had some 8 trucks here for carrying garbage. And some private cars that you can say that they have been heavily impacted. They were getting prepared to do their job, these trucks. I went out to prepare some gasoline for these cars, and I was in that location. Then I arrived here and I saw that the driver of this car is dead. And some 5 or 6 of the workers were injured. It was turned by the wave of the explosion.
O konneksiyaları şu müşahede buyursunuz. Bu konneksiyalar hamımızın teçhizatı xədəmat vesairədir. Yəni mən xədəmatı vəsaitlərimiz buradaydılar.
And my friends, the boxes that you can see in the left side, all of them were packed with the service equipment, the municipality service equipment. These boxes.
Was the roof damage there before, or was that also?
O sakfiki orada oturup. Yeah, it was the impact of this, the wave of this explosion.
So the driver was killed and several were injured. Just one man killed.
One killed. Neçə nəfər zəxmi? 5 people injured. One killed, 5 injured.
Əhali məskuni, onlar üçün otururlar o evlərdə. Qəribə 30 nəfər yaralıdır.
And he says over that residential area, 30 people were injured.
موج انفجار کلا
The wave of the explosion.
شلن
If you look at there, the windows are broken, the mirrors, the glasses are broken.
And the house is all the way over there.
Yeah, 30 people injured there.
Now, after I stopped recording at this garbage collection facility, we heard 2 large explosions in the distance. And at that point, the municipality declared that Tabriz was under bombardment.
And Ahmad, he says that the municipality just announced a red condition. The city is under bombardment right now.
Say that again.
And the voices that you heard, they were explosions, two explosions.
So can you just repeat right now? The municipality gave a warning that.
Yeah, the city is under bombardment, and just a few minutes ago or seconds ago, there were 2 sounds of explosions, a kind of massive explosion.
Just as we learned that Tabriz was under bombardment, we heard its air defenses become active in the distance. Now, when the authorities lifted the alert that the city was under bombardment, we left the destroyed garbage collection facility and departed for our next destination. This was the town of Azarshar in the province of East Azerbaijan. This town has a population of about 37,000 people, and it's about a 30-minute drive from the city of Tabriz. On March 10th, a U.S. Israeli airstrike on the town killed a postal worker at his place of employment. Our guides had arranged for us to speak to the family members of the slain postal worker. And upon our arrival, we heard from the victim's father and also from his 10-year-old son, whose name is Ali Akbar. As you'll hear, Ali Akbar vowed to avenge his father's murder.
You can see the house of Martyr Mehdi Musafir Cheraghi. He was a post officer and he was killed during the U.S. Israeli attacks. And next to me is standing his family members and his close friend that they will explain what happened to him. Kimden başlayalım? Acaba? Buyurun.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. خیر مقدم deyirəm sizə. Təşəkkür edirəm sizdən.
I express greetings and I appreciate you. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you for coming here. My name is
من رحمان موساپور.
Rahman Musapur.
پدر شهید مهدی موساپور.
I'm the father of martyr Mehdi Musapur.
من افتخارım budur ki, mənim oğlum belə olaydı, ya şəhiddə qoşulaydı.
It was an honor for me that my son to be martyred.
Arzuma yetişmişəm.
It was my honor and it was
Allah-
a dream for me.
Allah bu kivadı sizlərdən və bu bizim rəhbərimizdən, Niruy Müsəlləhimizdən razı olsun və mənim bir daha da sözüm budur ki,
He also expresses greetings to you once again, to the Iranian armed forces and the leader of the Islamic Revolution.
mənim arzum budur ki, mən balamın bulay gərək qanun alalay və mən
I do want them, loud and clear, the blood of my son, it should be revenged.
Mənim babam dərhal xidmət və mərdum şəhid oldu və o
My father was martyred when he was serving the people.
İftixar idi.
And it was an honor for me.
O həmişə söyərdi ki, şəhid ola və mən iftixar eləyəm və böyüyəndə intiqam alacağam İsraildən, Amerikadan.
And he says that it was an honor for me, and when I grow up, I will take the revenge of the blood of my father from the Israel and from the United States.
Arzum budur ki, elə böyüyəndə İsraildən babamın intiqamını alam, elə İsrailə hər bəla rəsumhurlarının başına gətirim.
And it's a dream for me that I will do the same to the Israeli regime. When I grow up, what they did to my father, I will do the same to their prime minister and to their officials.
Həmişə iftixarla duyacağım xanvadənin dağısında, qoymayacağım bir nəfər onlara sədəmə yetişsin.
And I will be honored and very proudly I will stand by my family. And I will not let anyone to hurt and harm my family.
Heç vaxt qoymayacağım babamın ism, şöhrət, mərfət və üzəsi qoymayacağım. Heç vaxt adı balacalaşsın.
And I will not let anyone, anytime, to belittle the name, the fame, and the honor of my father.
Babamın şəxsiyyətini üstə saxlayacağım, qoymayacağım. Heç kəs onun şəxsiyyətində bir daha söz desin.
And I will keep the character of my father, the personality of my father, and I will not let anyone to darken and to say anything about my father.
To complete our day in Tabriz, we returned to the city center in the evening to attend the celebration of the Iranian New Year, or Nowruz. Upon our arrival in the central square, this is what we saw. Later that evening, the throng of flag-waving Iranians rang in the new year by chanting, "No surrender, no compromise, fight against the United States." That's my report from Tabriz. My next one will recount what we've seen here in Tehran during our first day, and it has been really quite an extraordinary day, and I hope you'll find both this report and the next one to be informative. For now, I'm signing off from Tehran on March 21st, 2026.